All right, listen up. Have another MAV TE training TE here, and as before, I'll be using the radar sight at steer 2 to do my bore sighting. Just check the list here, and we'll look at my approach path, looking at probably about a 270, 280 approach. That's what I'll be looking at coming in for that. I will start the video of the mission after I've done my bore sighting, since I've already covered that in the previous videos. Now, a good part of mission planning is to always go through and do your recon, look at your approaches, look for any obstacles that may be in the way of your intended flight path, line of sight of your weapon. Now look there at steer 4, have a look here, and our target here at steer 4 will be the straight flush, and we're going to designate that as target steer point 11. Now we'll move on. Next area we'll be hitting is at steer point 6, which will be the SA3 site. Do some recon on it. Let's bring that up. Looking for the 2 fire control radars, a low blow. Have a look at it, and see it's obscured by trees in the area, looking from the north. And so as we'll be hitting our target to the west, we'll see what a westerly, coming in from westerly to east approach will look like, and it looks clear and open here for the low blow. And the flat face is parked just behind the low blow from this angle, and we'll see, zoom back and forth or rotate our view back and forth on a 064 heading, and we'll switch over to the flat face and see what it looks like. That's visible from that approach, from that direction. We'll just have to see how it turns out once I come off the target at steer 4, and what my actual approach will be looking at. Hopefully this will all be doable. Now the next threat in the TE is going to be a column of TE-80s that has a two 2S6s embedded in it, which will have, they have quad 30mm guns and 2 SA-19 launchers, and the SA-19 launchers in the 2S6s, oh man, they have a very high probability of kill rate. So they're very deadly, but their threat radius isn't nearly as big as what the SA-3 or the SA-6 are. Now the column of T-80s with the 2S6 in it will be moving, and I've taken advantage of using the additional steer point lines, adding them in, and the T-80 column will be heading down the roadway from steer point 6 to steer point 4, and until I get the SA-6 and the SA-3 down, they'll be under solid coverage from either one. But once I get those taken out and go at head in on these 2S6s, the coverage for the SA-6 and 3 should be down, and I'll be able to work in close. Their lethal limit seems to be about 6 miles, 6 to 8 miles range. So we'll check here. Like I say, they're going to be on the move, and I've got the additional steer point lines kind of laid out to be at the edge of their threat radius as they travel down that roadway, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here. They'll be traveling down that road. As they travel down the road, take their threat circle. I divided the steer point lines into 2 lines there, and hopefully that'll give me some idea of the threat radius, how far it extends, and the area the threat radius will be in. Now, to complicate things, I've added an asymmetrical loadout on the mission with 3 MAV-Gs and 3 MAV-Ds. It'll be a little tough to fly, but I need the extra missiles for trying to get those 2 S6s out. Now, checking my data cartridge, I see I've got my target steer points in, and everything's looking good. Go ahead and set the tower comms. Sokcho Air Base, set tower. We'll save that, and we'll start out this mission in the air. I'm not going to try to capture bore sighting missiles too. Here we go. Now we're starting off at about 23 miles to steer point 4 where the SA-6 is. You can see I've already got the SA-3. He's already spiking me good. So I kind of extended a little left to get out of his range before I head in on the 6. Now I've got good altitude, right about where I want to be. This is my preference. 13,000 feet is going to keep you above most man pads or any other threats that would be out there. There's none in this since it's a TE, but flying campaign, you always want to try to stay above the man pad. They're bad news. You never know what you're going to overfly. So here I am setting up, getting a good keyhole for the MAV cursor going, waiting to come into range. I'm already area tracked in the TGP. Now I'm just waiting for the DLZ to come up on the right hand side of the HUD, next to the HUD tape there, when we're in range. Okay, got the DLZ up, not in range yet. I'm holding my point track, gonna hold that until I'm just in range to try to get a good, as quick as a launch as possible, get that MAV cursor, get that stabilized and get a good shot off here close to max range. Working in a little closer, just holding it. Now I'm going to try to work my speed up a little bit, anticipating that I will be launched on, because I'm well within the threat circle of this SA-6.
Altitude.
And right in about the max missile range from them. So I anticipate I will be launched on.
Rifle.
There's the MAV. Now preparing to go evasive.
Chaff. Flare.
Hello.
Chaff.
I'll be doing
Flare.
some do jammer flash. Don't go into the SA-6 with your jammer on.
Chaff.
Wait till they
Flare.
launch on you and flash that jammer, release the chaff and flare, and go full on. Be prepared to go full on evasive. Try to keep those missile launches
Chaff.
inside.
Flare.
You turn and run, that's where they're going to get you. Just keep an eye on them. I think they're going to unload every missile they have on me. Waiting for that MAV to get in and get its target. All I'm getting is launches. MAV's taking forever to get there. Alright, boom. There she goes. 6 is down. Now advancing to target steer point 12 and hoping I have my heading about right for coming into it, somewhere in that 070090 range, looking at steer 3. Have a look at the HSD and see where I am along the my flight path. How I'm working here is trying to maintain outside that 2S6. Don't want to overfly him on going into the SA3. Getting my altitude back, 21 miles to next target point 12, which will be the low blow. Bringing that flight path marker around to get lined up and get that MAV cursor in good keyhole range, in the good keyhole slot there. Still 19 miles, plenty of distance. Change of HUD color, get a little better contrast. Things look pretty cluttered in the target area for what I'm seeing in the TGP. It's a little clogged up there. I can make out the low blow standing there by itself, but having difficulty seeing the other vehicles the way things are stacked in there. A little zooming in isn't helping a lot, but I know where that low blow is. Okay, so I've got handoff. I've handed off a little bit early. I'm outside of range, so switch my sensor ventures back over to MAV, undesignate, unlock that MAV, and back to TGP, and we'll initiate a second handoff on this target again, attempt when I'm in range. Ready to do a handoff here. Okay, handoff's looking good.
Rifle.
Okay, trying to find the flat face. He's back in there behind the
Rifle.
I'm being launched on. Get that.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare.
Okay. I gotta be evasive. Gonna be flashing the jammer.
Altitude.
Releasing what chaff flare I have left. Do the dance.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Low. Chaff. Flare. Altitude. Altitude. Chaff. Flare. Out.
These SAM launchers are very aggressive. Still waiting on that MAV to hit. I'm gonna about get to the target before the MAV does, so I need to extend out from here before the MAV comes in. There's ground launching on me. Got some tracers coming up. Okay, that MAV still is. There it is. Okay, let's see. No more spikes. Okay, SA6, SA3 are down. Gonna extend out here. Bring up MAV Ds. Have to do some trimming here quite a bit to adjust for the asymmetrical loadout. I've been doing a lot of trimming, which I haven't been mentioning. And I don't think flashing the jammer will do much against the SA-19, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave the jammer on as I head into the SA-19 2S6s. So I've extended out quite a bit here. We'll bring up the HSD and see how I am relating to travel path. And they'll be moving, so we need to be in GMT mode to acquire the targets in the battalion, the 2S6s in that battalion. They'll be on the move. So I now have it in GMT. Got my MAV Ds up. Gonna swing back around and be looking down to the T80 column from east to west look. Okay, bringing it on around, do a heads down, looking for ground movers, have contact, bringing the FCR. We'll do an FCR lock first before we switch back to TGP to be able to have good location on them when we get into TGP. So still fighting the asymmetric load out there. Don't have my trim good. Okay, we'll get back into TGP now. Okay, I've got the vehicles in view. Now I need to get back over and get my weapon page up and get my MAV cursor in the MAV weapon page over there, start swinging it around and get it in the keyhole. I need to be finding these launchers. They've made it easy. They've got their missiles raised and ready to launch, so seeing them sticking up there, it kind of gives them away pretty good as compared to the tanks. So I've got them located. They're on the move, getting close to being in range. Got MAV cursor working in keyhole, waiting to get in just into range before I do that point track on the target before I initiate the handoff. So let's keep slewing this TGP around to keep them in view. Okay, now I'm in range on the DLZ. Okay, point track, initiated handoff.
Rifle.
Altitude. Altitude.
Get the second one here. Got the MAV in cage. Now back to the TGP. Handoff on it. Still within range. Getting really close. Don't want to be getting any closer for these two S6s. 6 miles. That's tight. Okay, watch this go in here. Hopefully we'll be able to see the hits. They're doing some kind of dance. Guess they know they've been launched on. Still only a little over 6 miles away. I'm trying to maintain outside, get quickly away from those while they're active. Alright, I saw one MAV go in. That was a miss. Okay, oh, got the wing blocked on the second one. Just saw the second one going in there. We'll come back around, use my last MAV, try to hit him again. See if I got a kill. Looks like something's on fire down there. There's still 2 S6 remaining there. I got him in view. We'll have another go at him. Okay, in range. Hand off. Good keyhole.
Rifle.
Launch. Now, 7.5 miles. Get out of here.
Altitude. Altitude.
Here's the stores configured. Caution, Cat 1. Alright, that's all weapons off. I have the mud spike going there. Give it time. Hopefully give it time here. Alright, I broke my point track in the TGP. I've got the view changed. I got to get back to the Okay, don't... Looks like the same vehicle burning as before. Okay, we'll just go ahead and end this. I don't know. The missile should have had time to get there by now. Alright, debrief. Mav G's. First one, have the straight flush SA6 destroyed. Second release, low blow. Third one was a miss. It's possible the first one could have taken out the flat face and not given me credit for it. And only one of three hits on the two S6s. I did manage to get one 2S6, but there's still one there, so not quite success on that. Check the SA3 here. The low blow and flat face are all gone. Was destroyed even though it wasn't credited for it in the debrief. Now let's check the T80s. And there we have one 2S6 showing, so I got one out of two of the 2S6s. Not too happy with that, but all in all, with all the SAMs, I'll just take it for living through that. Alright, thanks for watching.